good to be back for NEMTAC 2025 in Dallas, Texas. I'm joined with Mike Morris, who is the CEO of Kerico.
Yeah.
Mike, pleasure to be here.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you. Well, let's jump right in. So again, I want to find out more about what interested you first in the NEMT industry.
So it was actually by chance. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I still own an oil and gas firm. And at the time in 2017, my mom got sick with cancer. So in Houston is very spread out, and trying to find her transportation was very difficult. Which I was flabbergasted because it's 2017. You would think you could just call in this day and age.
For sure.
So coming to find out, the industry is very fragmented. I had to call multiple companies because this company didn't have availability and so on and so forth. So after that, she passed shortly after, and after that I decided, okay, I want to do that because my dad is also elderly, and he was the one we're always worried about. And then she got sick, so I was like, okay, we have to do something about this, and that's how I started. Yeah.
It makes sense. I think we all have a family member. I had my grandma in a wheelchair for 20 years, and we saw the lack of service, lack of providers, no-shows, just all the issues that you said are prevalent in the industry. And that's why we have operators like you to change the industry.
Absolutely.
So what's the best business advice you've received as you grew your company? It can be any one of your companies, because I know you have multiple.
Fail quickly. That's my
Attaboy.
motto. Yeah, so I always tell the team, fail quickly, because when you fail quickly, you learn those lessons, and instead of taking 5 years, 10 years, it could take you 6 months. And then you learn from it, and you implement, execute, and move forward to the next failure. So that way you don't stigmatize failure. It becomes something they embrace, and as a leader, you don't punish them for it. So you have to encourage it. And that way, they're able to experiment and move forward and actually win when they fail quickly. So that's what I always tell. Yeah,
I love that. We used to say you either win or you learn.
Or you learn. That's
and
exactly
if you don't
right.
learn, then there's something wrong.
There's
in the
something wrong with
operation.
you. You got a lot of work. Yeah.
So what are you excited about in the NEMT industry?
Man, the opportunity is insane. You're dealing with the government regulatory framework, which you understand you have to work through that. But I think there's such a great opportunity in what us operators could come in and innovate, regardless of the regulatory framework. And with Kerico, we focus on showing the facilities, insurance companies, that this actually benefits you to pay out of pocket, regardless of what Medicaid or whoever is doing, because that's the first line of healthcare. And we believe transportation is the first and the last mile of healthcare. And for us, our customers, our patients, spend more time with our drivers than they do with the actual doctors occasionally, because it's so spread out, an actual ride, maybe 30, 45 minutes one way. So they actually spend more time with the drivers. So we have to show the facilities that this is actually a great business idea for you to handle or issue for you. Because when those patients come in, if you're a specialty clinic, you're charging however many thousands of dollars, you want to make sure they get there. And with a 50% no-show rate in the United States now, that's the no-brainer, low-hanging fruit that they could take to increase their revenue.
So that's the reason. And again, you have your own units, your fleet. You also have a TNC model that you've seen. So your plan is nationwide growth?
Nationwide growth, coupled with TNC and the NEMT traditional NNT model, with AI capability and tech, because instead of using a bunch of vehicles, we have specific hubs where we have our vehicles and our drivers to where they could actually get these rides and expand quickly. So we're not encumbered or anchored like a normal traditional EMT, to where it's 50 vans in one location, and we have to only deal with a 50-mile radius. So that way we're able to expand quicker in taking the best from each model and merging it, and that way we go over the country.
So you're using technology, and you're going to position this to grow into geographic areas where there's a need.
Absolutely, so that's the plan.
And luckily S.W.A.N Insurance is there to grow with you on a nationwide presence.
It's a nationwide presence. You guys are great, man, because I have never seen anything as crazy as NEMT insurance. Like it's a minefield. Like
It is. That's well said. You got to tread softly.
You got to tread so
or
softly.
boom.
Oh, boom. Well, you guys do great, man. We're
thank you.
excited with the partnership we've had with S.W.A.N.
Well, thank you.
And
I
we look
appreciate
forward
that.
to, because it's just a no-brainer. You guys handle everything for us, and that's absolutely a lifesaver. Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. And we appreciate you. We work for transportation providers such as yourself because we understand that you want to grow. We want to grow with you, long-term partnership, and you're doing it the right way. Your embedded technology, your systems are second to none, and that's where I think that there's a true opportunity to expand. And we talked about Tennessee, and that's the next question. I mean, what do you see Kerico Transport in a year? And then where do you see it yourself in 5 years? What's your goals?
So our goal, we started off in Texas, and to expand, we have 26 states that are the same regulatory framework as Texas, which is easy to expand. So that's the first phase. So within the next year or two, we should be in 15 states. We're in 4 right now. Going in the 5th state.
Okay.
We had a great conversation with Tennessee carriers. Tennessee was later down the pipeline, but these guys are doing great, so we might be there next month.
Moving Tennessee up.
We're gonna move Tennessee up.
They're going to first tier.
Yeah, and you know, with our motto, with S.W.A.N Insurance, especially on the team now, we're able to get into any state within 2 to 4 weeks. So it's very quickly. So that in 5 years, we hope to be in the contiguous United States. So I think that's 48 states. So without Alaska and Hawaii, we'll see how that goes. But as long as the regulatory framework and everything goes as smoothly, yeah, we should be there within the next 5 years, hopefully.
Looking forward to it.
Hey man, let's go.
Let's grow. Let's go. All right, now we want to talk about a challenge. Like what's the hardest challenge you've had up till now? And second part of that question is how did you overcome that challenge?
The hardest challenge is controlled growth. So because there's so much growth that's available, it could choke you. And because if you're in this space, you're dealing with a very, it's a very sensitive demographic. You got elderly, they're
limited mobility, or no mobility sometimes.
So you can't deal with, if you look like a model like a Uber, where they grow vastly and they have all these crazy stories. If that happens in our space, that could shut you down
100%.
ASAP. So we, control growth, and then when you're controlling that growth, knowing when to open up the faucet and just, so that's, I think, our biggest issue. And obviously the regulatory framework, and then dealing with whether it be brokers or states, because at the end of the day, we want to bring the best experience to the patients and the clients, because that's who we relate to. That's our moms, our dads. We really don't care whether we're going through MTM or whoever, a broker or a facility directly. That's what we want to facilitate. But going through all those pitfalls and stumbling blocks that whether it be the state or the
county in certain
cases, it's difficult.
It is.
So that's I think the main issue there that is our main challenge. And insurance. Good Lord, insurance is a once again.
That's why we're here for you. I understand. I love what you said about your patients are your clients. You're not directed by the ride brokers, by insurance, by the MCO, managed care organization, that it all comes down to your passengers.
Absolutely.
Who's sitting behind you and their experience. And again, we say we're a people business, we're not a transportation business. So if we can hold ourselves to a high level of service for our patients, they will come back.
They'll come back. And the industry is very fragmented right now. And that's,
I agree.
That's how, that will weed out a bunch of other companies. It's how, the people who are really in it for the patients and the clients and making sure they get, that treatment that they need. Because a lot of times the drivers are the only person that the patient may have contact with. It's quite interesting when you actually delve into the data and you actually delve into, the services that we're providing and the impact it's having. So,
I see that, as you said, sometimes your patients may be the only person they see in a day.
In a week.
Dialysis. Exactly. They may have 3 appointments and that driver is 45 minutes each way. The only conversation they have. And unfortunately, a physician's visit now is 8 minutes on a 45-minute ride there and a 45-minute ride. So back, that's an hour and a half with your driver and 8 minutes with a oversight physician.
And it's very important. And our drivers, we all take them through sensitivity training.
Excellent.
This is very important that when you're in front of it, sometimes it may be, a patient who's going through a lot. They might have gotten some bad news, so they're grouchy and, they snap at the driver. So you have to be, trained. You have to be patient with these.
There's always the Uncle Vinny.
Oh man,
had a bad day, had a bad week, had a bad month.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me to the next question. So, give me a story that made your day. A transportation of one of your patients that puts a smile on your face.
This was actually, it wasn't a particular patient, it was a facility. I won't say the name.
Okay.
They're in Texas. And
We'll blank it out.
Yeah, and I would tell you it's a major hospital.
Okay.
And they called us, and because they had such a bad experience with another tech company that does transportation, and the patient had a colonoscopy bag, and it broke in the vehicle.
Oh, really?
And the driver stopped in the middle of the road, beat him up, and kicked him out the car.
Really?
Kicked him out the car.
And
it was 10 at night. So they called us, and we had to go in, revamp everything that they were doing, train their staff, and we're able to serve them. We've been serving them for years now.
Okay.
With nothing but great stories coming out, including the guy that had that issue.
Wow.
So it's impact, the impact. It's not always about saving $1 or a penny here. It's about the impact you have. And, we have to educate them because, look, you're not just chasing the cheapest ride.
Exactly.
You're reducing liability for yourself.
Yep.
You're giving the customer a great experience. Now your Medicaid satisfaction scores go up.
Go up.
A whole lot
they
of
go
things.
through the roof. Yeah, exactly. It's a trickle up. We used to say it doesn't go down. It goes up.
Down.
And the driver starts. They're the foundation, as and you've done an excellent job on this. Understanding the training goes up, and then the facilities see the type of work you're doing. Hospitals talk to hospitals.
Yes.
And then the bigger the hospital group, they more focus and control. The harder it is to get in, but again, if you keep that service level high,
absolutely,
that's excellent.
Absolutely.
So where do you see the industry and what changes or benefits would you like to see in the industry that will help you in your growth model? Because you have this, you have an excellent growth model, and we've talked in detail about that.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from an industry perspective?
So industry perspective, there doesn't need to be too much panic. Growth-wise, there's going to be an influx in growth. And why I say this, if you look at the tech industry like Uber and Lyft, they have to transition, which they're already doing, to automated driving vehicles. When that happens, there's going to be an influx of drivers who need work, and they will come into the NEMT platform. Which
career drivers that want to drive, and there are a lot of good drivers out there.
And I will create an infrastructure for the NEMT space. Okay, the population is growing. Tech will help us optimize routes better. It will help us dispatch better. And I believe the facilities, the insurance companies, the clinics will start seeing the value, because I think it's an awareness issue.
Oh, without a doubt.
Of, hey, it's okay for you to spend $100 or whatever it is to bring your patient to you with that satisfaction and with that safety and reduction in liability to them. Once they see the value in that, I think we won't even care what Medicaid or Medicare is doing. And we'll make sure, because as a business owner, if I were to see the numbers and I have a 50% no-show rate and I see NEMT providers can reduce that to 2%. That's
night and day.
Yeah. It's night and day. Really that's a no-brainer. So I'll pay the whatever transportation and get it done. Every other industry does it. The hospitality industry
does it.
Yeah. So it's something we have to catch on and not panic about. So that's why I see it going in the next few years.
So you've used technology, and again, you separate yourself because you have your proprietary technology. But you can replicate that across states.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a competitive advantage on that. Plus, you understand the value of first line of support, which is drivers.
Take care of the drivers. Our drivers make more money than most other NEMT providers, and obviously rideshare. And
how's your retention been?
Oh, it's great. It's
excellent.
It's over 80%.
Okay, great. Wow.
We've had drivers for the last since we've been in business, actually.
Okay.
And they keep coming back. The ones that do leave, that will come back. We give them that freedom.
Okay.
So it's, we build a community. Once you build that community and take care of them, they'll take care of you, and they'll take care of your patients and your clients.
Yeah.
So yeah, the technology, we're gonna keep building on that. I think that's where the key is. And that's the disadvantage with the industry, is it's so fragmented, and to do things like this is very capital intensive. So if we could, there's some companies we've seen here that are actually doing that work with the AI and the technology. I think once implemented, it benefits the patients, it benefits the clients, it benefits everybody.
I agree.
And we keep pushing the industry forward.
I think that you're doing a good job, and again, as we talked about Tennessee, partnering with the right vendors in a closed loop allows you to have a platform for growth. Again, you have aggressive growth goals, which I love, and you see the future of the industry.
Yeah.
So let's end with this. What is your real inspiration? I know it's your mom that passed, and bless her. What inspires you for the future in the NEMT industry?
Yeah, what inspires me, obviously my mom, my dad as well. But just having impact, as entrepreneurs, we go in, with the idea of the impact that we're going to have. Personally, any company I build, I'm always thinking of, what impact is it going to have? The oil and gas business was impact in West Africa. So things like that, you go in thinking of what impact you could have, because you could grow and exit and do all that great stuff, and you still feel that emptiness. You didn't really do, there's not much you did to help your fellow, man. So having that overall impact and seeing what NEMT does, because I don't think a lot of providers slow down and listen and see what their work actually does and the impact it has. Yeah. Majority of the patients are below the poverty line and through Medicaid, and when they tell you, man, you guys are awesome, you guys saved my mother, you guys did this, that's when it hits home. Is okay.
True impact.
Yeah. Yep. In a day and age where everything is about money and how many zeros and so on, so you tend to lose, that vision and that idea of, hey, this is what we're actually doing, what we're doing it for. Yeah. And once you get that clarity, I think that's the main thing, is the impact we're having on the patients, down the road.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I appreciate your time and your input, and I look forward to a long relationship and partnership, growing Kerico into a national brand while we focus on your mom, your dad, my grandparents, and all the individuals that need us so much in this industry. So thanks for the time.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, my
man. Appreciate it anytime,
Love
man.
it.
Awesome.